topic for this question is finding averages from a frequency table. We're given a table that shows information about the weekly earnings of 20 people who work in a shop. This should be the total of your frequencies. You can quickly add these up and you should get 20. If not, you're wrong with your addition. So let me just jot 20 down there so we don't forget. Now part A says work out an estimate for the mean of the weekly earnings. The standard way we do this when we have a range is plot the midpoint each time. So we have to keep track of that. So the midpoint of 150 and 250 is 200. The midpoint of 250 and 350 is 300. And so on. The pattern is the same. This is going to be 500 and this is going to be 600. Now the reason why we do that is because we have a range of numbers. We're not sure what the exact number is, so we're just going to take the midpoint. And I'll tell you a problem with this later on in part B. But for now, this is the standard method, and all you have to do is multiply the frequency by your weekly earnings. So I'm going to make another column called MP for midpoint multiplied by F, which is your frequency. We're simply just going to multiply 1 by 200, giving us 200. And then 300 times 11, that's 3,300. 5 times 400 is 2,000. 500 times 0 is just 0. And then 600 times 3 is 1,800. Now keep in mind, I'm keeping everything in the same column so that we can add it, especially since this is a non-calculator paper. And now we just need to add all of this up. So 0 right there, 0 right there. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 8 is 13, so put the 3 there, hold the 1. Then we have 2 plus 3 plus 1, which is 6. We add the 1, therefore we have 7. So our final answer for that is going to be 7,300. And now our final step is to take this total and divide it by the total amount of people we have, which is the total of your frequencies, remember. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit and say the mean is equal to 7,300 divided by 20. Remember, we don't have a calculator, so we're going to have to be smart about this. Cancel the zeros. And then we just have 730 divided by 2. Hopefully, you can see that that is simply. And what is that? It's in terms of pounds, so that is our final answer for the mean. We can jot that down in the answer line, so 365, the unit is already there. And let's move on to the final question, which is part B. Nadia says the mean may not be the best average to use to represent this information, and then it asks us, do we agree with her? And we must justify our answer. Remember what I said before, right? We have a range of values, therefore we think that the best estimate is going to be the midpoint. Now the problem with that is that, look, one person has a weekly income between 150 and 250, and we've decided to say, yeah, his weekly income is 200. Well, what if it's 250? Or what if it's 150? Like, what if it's an extreme value of this range? What if it's at either end? And that is the problem. These are called outliers. They're extreme values. So I'm going to scroll back down and I'm going to say, yes, I do agree with her. So yes. And the reason for that is because outliers or extreme values can affect the mean. Okay, and that is the end of this question. We get full 4 marks.